Hey everybody, Jason Barlow with Sell for 1%. I'm here with Jay Morunsky, Big Dave Barlow, and Michael Hopper.
I feel like I'm in the WWE.
Mike, you have a suburb of the week for us this week. What do you got for us?
We're talking about Bexley, a nice little suburb down there, just outside of Children's Hospital between Whitehall and Southern Orchards and Old Town East. And it's a nice little spot to be in. Bexley was named at the suggestion of an early resident of Colonel Lincoln Kilbourne. It's in honor actually of his family's roots in Bexley in London, England. So that's actually where that name came from.
Cool.
Yeah, the village of Bexley was actually incorporated in 1908 when citizens of Bullitt Park to the north along Alum Creek, including industrialist and 35th mayor of Columbus, Robert Jeffrey, agreed to merge with the Lutheran community of Pleasant Ridge to the south near the Evangelical Lutheran Joint Synod of Ohio College, Capital University, and the Evangelical Lutheran Theological Seminary, now Trinity Lutheran Seminary, founded in 1830. So there's some serious history down in that area with those dates going back.
Yeah.
Bullitt Park was founded in 1889. Then extending out by Broad Street and Town Road, now Bryden Road, to by Franklin Park. So by the 1890s, several large homes took root across Alum Creek in the Bullitt Park area, one of which became the original campus of the Columbus School for Girls, which is still an exclusive girls' private school located in Bexley.
Wow.
It was, I was reading about too, so like by 1908, the residents of Bullitt Park, so north of Maine, and Pleasant Ridge, south of Maine, they decided to merge the neighborhoods and incorporate it as the village of Bexley. The village actually reached the 5,000 person population mark in 1928, which is actually still the requirement, and became a city recognized here in Ohio.
Okay.
So New Year's Day 1932, Bexley officially became a city.
Congratulations.
Yeah, go Bexley. Lots of the best part about areas of like this in Columbus are the history and some of the older places that are in there. So Bexley's home to several churches and synagogues, numerous historic sites and pieces of outdoor sculpture, the actual original Drexler Theater and Rubino's Pizzeria. They're several miles off Route 40, known as the National Road. Adjoining Bexley to the west is the Franklin Park Conservatory as well. There's a lot of stuff to do in this small part of town, especially that Drexel movie theater. It features independent and international films on 3 screens. It was owned for 30 years by Jeff and Kathy Frank, and as of spring 2011, the theater is operated by Friends of the Drexel Incorporated as a 501(c) nonprofit. The Columbus Association of Performing Arts manages the theater, which I thought was pretty cool, because I know I've driven past it several times, but I didn't really know much about it. There is another large property located, which I'm assuming hopefully we'll have on our house of the week, is the Jeffrey Mansion.
Yeah.
That sits on 40 acres of land north of Bexley, and it includes 2 parks located on the east side of Parkview Avenue. The historic mansion is open to the public. It offers cultural, arts, and education programs. The land behind the mansion is open to the public and includes stone staircases leading to the walking trails along Alum Creek. There's tennis courts, and the Bexley community swimming pool is over that way as well. There's so much here, not too much I want to dive into. I did find some notable people. A gentleman named by Bob Green was actually with the former Chicago Tribune columnist. And then one that I didn't realize, but somebody who I read a lot of books, was R.L. Stein, was actually from Bexley as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then moving on to my favorite thing of the area, which I was talking to the gentleman about here, is Bexley has some incredible food. The first place, which is an interesting name for a shop, but it is called Newfangled Kitchen, and they specialize in meatloaf sandwiches. So I don't know if anybody out there is a fan of meatloaf or not. And even if you're not, these sandwiches are incredible. They do have a 5-star review, and it's, I know why. I've eaten there about 3 times now, and if I get the opportunity when I drive by the Bexley area, I'm stopping in to get a sandwich. The other notable one, which I have eaten at before, which is delicious, is Hangover Easy. If you're a fan of breakfast food, the portions there are massive. Their breakfast burrito is out of this world. Two of the better highlights. Like I said, Bexley sits by the Franklin Park Conservatory. I don't know if anybody has been that way. It's a great place to check out. Lots of biomes, sculptures, artist work there too. It's actually where I proposed to my wife. You'll have to check out the Franklin Park Conservatory. I know you guys have spent some time down there. Dave, I'm curious to hear some other insights from the Bexley area, if you have any.
Bexley is a great community. It's one of the smaller suburbs. I think population is a little closer to 20,000 versus the other suburbs around tend to be in the 30 to 35,000 range. It's obviously landlocked. And it's kind of like, when you come off the freeway there on 70, and if you're coming up the Broad Street, the dead ends right there at the Kroger, and you turn right and you got Capitol on your right-hand side, and then you just run into like all these little shops, and it's little Bexley downtown area. And, they've done a lot with the roads now. I think, there's some brick roads going on in the area now. And Rubino's Pizza, I think that's where we used to stop. We'd go out there and play basketball when the kids were in school. And then on our way back on a Sunday afternoon, we'd stop, get a pizza. And if I remember correctly, they're the ones that had the little white paper tent that they would put on top. You didn't get like a box. You got like a cardboard platter, and then they wrapped it in white bakery, paper of some sort, and they made a little tent out of it. And so some of the, like you said, absolute best pizza in the city. So I think Bexley's a great area.
I like going. And there's so many parks and activities. You have Wolf Park, you have Nelson Park, you have Jeffrey Park, and then the Franklin Park Conservatory, which, I mean, in all reality is in walking distance there too. So there's a lot to do. There's a lot of food to eat. And then I think, isn't the Capital University's down there, but also is it the Capital University Law School is actually also located in that area too.
Yeah, one of the top law schools. In fact, we were trying to get Jamie to go there to do his law, but he decided to become a realtor. You could have told me that like 5 years earlier and saved a whole lot of money.
That's right.
Never wanted to go to college.
Yeah, we forced him to go.
Well, that's it. That's all I have. Like I said, if you're interested in the Bexley area, as we've said many times in these videos, we've lived here our entire lives. We have lots of knowledge in these areas. And if you're interested in living in this particular part of town, please give us a call. We'd happy to answer any questions you might have, or see if we can get you into a home down in that area.
Sounds good to me.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.